Okay. Hi, this is my sister, and we're going to make makeup. And then I'm gonna flip. Okay, come on, let's go. We're going. Well, is that cheese for me? No, we're just doing the cake. Are you ready? Yes. No. He got shot right. I did it.
Hey, it's got a zipper. Well, what do you think? I'm not crying. You're crying. I had to redo the intro. And goddamn. Oh, but it's good. Like, it's funny because it's not funny, but I had that song pop up on my phone. It's on my phone and buried in there, and it popped up, and I was like, oh. It was instant. I'm like, I know what to do with that. Mom said it about that song. It's my favorite movie, Midnight Run. About a down and out guy who just chums up with another guy who he's supposed to hate, and there's this whole thing about hating somebody but loving somebody. It's weird, right? More on that later. Puts me in a good mood. But Mom said it about that song. It is impossible to be in a bad mood when you're listening to the Midnight Run theme. Impossible. And I agree with that. So I wanted to make the intro more uplifting. Positive vibes. I was at the Mini Mart night before last, and the lady behind the counter clearly, I can sense these things, and you guys are probably the same way, but she's just grumpy. Now I get it. She's in her 50s and she's working at a Mini Mart. Okay, things have not gone to plan. Was there ever a plan? I don't know. But she's doing a shift change with the previous person. And she keeps saying, no negative energy. No, we're going to be positive. No negative energy. That negative stuff is terrible. No negative energy. And she keeps repeating it. No negative energy. Not realizing that every single time she says that, she is focusing on the negative energy. Does that make sense? Like, if you say no negative energy, you've literally just talked about the negative energy, and there it is. Just don't even think about it. It's not easy to do. It's something you have to practice. Nothing is easy. It doesn't just happen. Because the negative stuff is out there. We have to just learn to not pay attention to it. The negative energy that was around, and I know I'm talking about it now, but I have to. The stuff that was around when, everything went to hell, that still makes appearances in my life, and I have to ignore it. I just ignore it because it only has the energy you give it. So when she was saying no negative energy, she's thinking about whatever it is that's negative. Anyway, I beat that one to death. But, yeah. Danny Elfman, the lead singer and like main guy in Oingo Boingo. He did the theme to Midnight Run. And Oingo Boingo, same thing. Go ahead and try and be sad listening to Oingo Boingo. You can't do it. It's like being on a wave runner and trying to be sad. You bouncing through the waves. That's a Daniel Tosh bit. I can't take credit for that one. I'm just putting that together was great. It was great. So I might change it each week. I don't know. Anyway, that's that. So I got back from San Diego and then went to work. I put up the San Diego video. Oddly enough, so it was such an experience. Like I said, probably one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had in my life. It put a lot of things to bed for me, so to speak. And it helped me see that the path that I'm on is the right path. I got to San Diego, and somebody messaged me about the previous podcast. The previous podcast is, let the past be the past. And this person said, and it's maybe worth noting that this was a female, but maybe not. I don't know. She said, well, if you're letting the past be the past, then stop bringing it up so much. And again, she didn't realize what she was saying. If you're letting the past be the past, that's who you are. That's part of who you are. That made you. So to sit there and say, no, I'm not going to think about that, or to try and change it, that's not letting the past be the past. I can go to places like the Midway and go to me and mom's first date in Balboa Park and go to my reunion because I'm content with the past as it is. I can think about it all day long. It's fine. It doesn't affect me. It's the past. It literally does not exist anymore other than up here for me. So for someone to say, don't think about it. Okay, you can go ahead and try and run from those thoughts. You're not going to be able to. And what's going to happen is when you try to just forget the past, your brain is going to do some funky things. As opposed to letting it be the past. Oh yeah, that happened. Good or bad. And then reflecting on it. I went over to that Pier Cafe, or whatever it's called now, and just stood there and stared at the building, and it was a good feeling. It was nice. It was good to reflect on that. I've seen people try and twist the past. That didn't happen. No, that didn't happen. Why are you so focused on my past? Well, I'm not. You're trying to change it, and I don't like you lying to me. That's what that is. Go ahead and just be honest, and then we can move on to the future. Make sense? So, yeah, I tried to explain that to her, and I don't think I got through. But unfortunately, she's one of these people who's desperately trying to say that didn't happen, and that was different. No, just hey, this is what I did. I did terrible things, horrible things, and okay, that's in the past. I did a lot of good things too. That's in the past. I gotta keep doing good things. All right, but San Diego was. I can't describe to you how good it was. And I think that whole thing of my brain, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. It was fear that, like I said, that negative stuff still coming in there. That fear of, oh my God, what if these people remember the terrible things that I did? And some did. And it was fine. I was like, yeah. So some things were brought up that I did in the past, and I'm like, look, I am so sorry. I'm sorry. I did my best to explain that I had difficulty being me. Not difficulty, it was damn near impossible, if not completely impossible, for me to be me because I was so consumed with other people's opinions. I couldn't be me, and then, like I said, that's when your brain starts playing tricks on you. That didn't happen. That's not who I am. Oh my God, who am I? What's going on? I need to be this person. It'll mess with you. A couple things. Let me see if I can pull up the video. Because it's maybe not obvious. In fact, I know it's not obvious.
I'm doing my usual over-exaggeration. But I'm here and it's gorgeous outside and this hotel is phenomenal. And
That was beautiful. But that's when my brain started playing with me. No, don't go. Don't do that.
San Diego, and I'm like, all right, ready to go home.
Propellers. I can't see the back of a ship.
No, you can't see it. Propellers on a ship.
There was a guy, you could hear him in the background. I was concerned about him. He had some sign about repent now and this and that. And he was screaming and yelling. You can hear him in the background. But yeah, I see the back of any ship now. And I think of Mom and her fear of propellers.
I walked aboard.
Yep, walking on, that was great. The jet fuel.
September 20th, 2000. Definitely changed out here. It's sure she remembers this story.
The ejection seats.
Is a safety on there to make it so that.
Oh yeah, so I didn't really explain this. Oh, and by the way, sorry for all the extreme close-ups. I did my first video, the first one, saying good morning, and I had it out here, right? I had the camera away. Well, I don't have a microphone like tied to me, so I'm talking, and then I watch the video back to make sure it's good, and you can't hear me. So I had to bring it closer, and then you see Dad's big grill. Sorry. The ejection seat story. I take the two of them over to, and your Aunt Cassandra was 9 years old at the time. So she's just a kid. But yeah, her foot slipped into that handle. She's getting in, and it slips into the handle. There's a safety on there to prevent the handle from being pulled. But she put her foot in and started wiggling it around to get it out, and I feel, to this day, I still feel bad because I yelled. And I had an emotional reaction. Stop! Don't move your foot! And I kind of ruined her day. I still, to this day, feel bad about that. But yeah, I didn't want her blasting through the ceiling.
But anyway, there's your fun story for the first date I took Mom on.
Balboa Park, yeah.
Yeah.
Skateboarding. We would
Right now.
talk about the most peaceful place. Balboa Park at night with that fountain and the lights, and there's nobody around, and we're skateboarding. Oh, I missed that. That was a good time.
We're standing next to Timmy, right
Yeah,
there.
poor Timmy. He never saw it coming.
I found it.
Got myself served. Aha! This was the one.
I'm gonna go to the museums.
So I'm walking down that center walkway, and I get to this place. It was roped off. I don't know why they had it roped off. It was some sort of like plant show in there. But that room, Mom and I were there. I don't remember for what. We were there for something for school, either for her or for me. And she was, I think it was for her because she was doing something else somewhere. And I was kind of just passing the time. And I remember walking by this door, and back then, I don't know, maybe they still do it, but it's like a multi-purpose room. What was going on in there is I walked by, and it's nighttime, I walked by, and there's like salsa dancing going on in there. There's like, it's a lesson. The people are learning how to dance in there. And there was a sign, like sign up for dancing lessons. And I stood right in that spot where I'm at right there. And I thought to myself, ooh, dancing lessons. That would be pretty cool. That thought lasted about 2 seconds before my brain said to me, no, you can't take dancing lessons with her because she's going to see how uncoordinated and stupid you are, and she's not going to want to be with you. To this day, I still regret stuff like that, where I thought to myself, oh no, I might look stupid. I missed an opportunity. And I say this because people do this all the time. I can't do that. I might look stupid. I would give a lot. I won't say anything. I would give a lot to be able to go back in time and sign up for that stupid salsa class or whatever it was, and have that experience with Mom to learn how to dance, and be silly together. It's okay. It's okay to be silly and stupid. So I stood there and went, yeah, that was pretty stupid. Now I really look stupid because there's the irony for you. I feel even dumber and look even dumber because I didn't want to look stupid. Anyway, the Rose Gardens, where are they?
I'm gonna get annoyed by a bunch of people I went to high school with.
I didn't. I thought I was gonna. Yeah, the Rose Gardens. I walked around there for about half an hour. Find it. So, it's great. Just the thought of the Rose Gardens. Good stuff. Okay. Anyway. I went to the reunion, and a couple things happened. I showed up, and nobody recognized me. Not at all. I walked to different people, and they had the stickers that you put on your chest with my high school yearbook photo. What a treat. Got reminded of something very stupid I did. But anyway, no. Sorry. There's a lot going on in my head. 2 or 3 people looked at me. I'm like, good point. No way. I guess. I look the same but different, which is good. And then people started recognizing me. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this story. I'll get back to that. I'll circle back to that. But once people knew who I was, it was just as easygoing and mellow, and here's why. Because I'm me. I'm not trying to put on a show anymore like I was up until probably frickin' 4 years ago. 3 years ago, even. I would always do this thing of getting comfortable with myself and then getting scared by something and going back to putting on the show and not being me. And I kept reverting and reverting until finally it got to a point where I wasn't me at all. I had let the negative energy completely take over. Now, we all have boyfriends and girlfriends and people we see in high school. My very first girlfriend, we had a rocky relationship because 90%, 85%, because of me. There was a bunch of reasons for that. One, I was already like, what I went through as a kid, I won't get into specifics, but stuff that I have realized and remembered in recent past scarred me really bad about fitting in. Whether it be Marty abandoning me as a kid, my dad never being there, just being an absolute bum who never had a job, my grandfather who I loved to death but he never spoke. So I was a pretty isolated kid and I just wanted to fit in, so I would create a persona. And so I started dating this girl, and I got it in my head, well, I don't want her to know the real me. She's not going to like me. I have to put on this show. And then we're coming up on graduation, and I had all these aspirations, all these hopes and dreams that I wanted to do. And I had no way to accomplish them. Like, I wanted to go be a Navy pilot. I wanted to get a degree. I wanted to do a bunch of stuff. But because my father had never worked a day in his life and was surviving off the money that his parents, my grandparents, were giving him, I had no way to pay for anything. Marty was just an absolute train wreck who was buying drugs all the time. So I was like, how do I accomplish these goals? I can't. Oh my God, she's now finding out how much of a loser I am. And I struggle to say it, but the past is the past. I went a little wacky. For the first time. Now, even she admits, because the story's about her, yeah, no, I never, hit her or did anything, but I would act scary. That was my tactic for getting people to I don't even know what the hell it was, to be honest with you. I don't know. I wasn't thinking rationally. So anyway, we split up. And so began this long hatred thing that went on. Anyway, it was another person, kind of like when I told you I saw Alicia, and Alicia had the absolute right to tell me to get the fuck out of here, and I would be like, okay, you're right, I'm out. This person also had the absolute right to go, you take a hike, pal. And I would have been like, yeah, I understand. Okay. But she didn't. At first, I saw her there, and I was like, I'm not gonna even engage in that situation because I know she hates my guts. I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna try and force anything. And then she walked up to me and stared me right in the eyes and went, hi. I can still picture it. It's great. And I went, hi. Anyway. We only talked for a total of 20 minutes, maybe. Off and on. Back and forth. We were there from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. And so we, talk, go do other things, come back and talk, go do other things. But we hashed it out. She had let her side of the anger go. I'd let my side of the anger go. And I cannot describe to you that the two of us, it wasn't like an intimate thing 30 years ago. But it was, because the affection, the just the genuine love. She gave me her energy, I gave her my energy. We were loving each other and letting the past be the past. Yeah, she gave me a little grief for some of the stuff I did, as she should. We ended up talking on the phone later before I left. Fuck it. Sorry. Okay. I took a screenshot of this because it meant so much to me. And I'm going to share it with you because I want you to see what happens when you let that anger go. When you let the past be the past, go, yeah, that happened. Live in the present and focus your attention on the future. Sure. And before I show you this is very personal. It's extremely personal. So what I'm going to do is eliminate the name to protect the innocent. Because I don't want to... You'll see. Here you go. Thank you for showing me what emotional love looks like. You made me feel safe, understood. Gonna get choked up. And again, it's not about like intimacy. It's just about two people letting the shit go. And going, yeah. I had a good time with you. I had a good time with you too. You made me feel safe, understood, and cared for. And she's referring to our interaction that weekend. And I will always be grateful for that. Thank you. I also want to let you know that I'm proud of you. I'm so proud you reached your goals that you once talked about. You have grown into someone even more beautiful than I ever imagined. You are beautiful in your heart, spirit, and you have definitely become more attractive with time. I don't do well with compliments. I gotta go dye my beard. I'm getting old. Your smile and laugh still makes me stop and feel something. We are each other's first love, and that kind of love leaves a mark and never truly leaves us. I've always had this undeniable pull towards you, that time has not erased. While I'm in a different chapter of my life now, part of me will always love you. That's all. She had to throw the "that's all" in there. By the way, you have more willpower than me. I'm grateful to God for my willpower. It's not me, it's God. And then she says, I don't want to say goodbye, so I will just say see you later. And then I replied, but zoomed it out. That right there, that was this unbelievable healing, but also, hey dude, you're doing the right thing. Sign from God kind of a thing. Like, wherever I go now, people say that kind of stuff to me. And they mean it. That they're attracted to me. Alicia called it my aura. She said, you have just this aura about you. I'm like, yeah, it's not me. It's God. that person said the same thing. Other people have said it. It's very humbling. It really is, because really, it's not me. Yes, this is me. This is me, the person. But my abilities, my willpower, my intensity, which I recognize can be intimidating to people. I try my best to not be intimidating to people. But I try and tone it down as much as I can so that I don't intimidate those people. But when the intensity is called for, it happens. Anyway, so that's San Diego. I can't describe to you. I guess the takeaway there, because I almost didn't go. I didn't go to the 10. I didn't go to the 20. And then something said, go to the 30. And happy with that. So, you never give up hope. Ever. It's like giving up your faith. Hope and faith are pretty much intertwined. Like, at this point, my faith in God is pretty freaking, like, it's strong, to say the least. But I can't call it knowledge, because I don't know that God is there. I'm 99.93% certain, but I don't know. It's faith. It's hope. And when you hold on to that hope, it motivates you. For example, hope. Me and you guys. I don't know, but I've been told by a fairly reliable source. So, yeah. You want to know what giving up hope looks like? The movie Castaway is a very, it's heart-wrenching. Tom Hanks, plane crash, deserted on an island for 5 years or something like that. And eventually, he maintains his hope. And he doesn't give up. Watch the movie. He keeps the hope alive. And then one day, he's like, screw it, I'm going to do this. And right when he's on the verge of death, he gets saved. And I've heard this before, that it's the only movie without a, or it's one of the few movies without a villain. I beg to differ, and here's why. Helen Hunt plays his wife, and they cut to her a few times, I guess, in the movie. I regard her as the villain because everybody's heart gets ripped out of their chest at the end of the movie when he comes back and she's remarried and started another life. Why? Because she gave up hope. And it's one of the saddest endings because the villain wins. She hands him a car and says, "See you later." What the?
This is our car. You kept our car. All right, now, this is weird.
She's just...
It's a good car. I have a lot of memories of this car.
Out of the back?
Yeah, I'm going to get my stuff out of the car and you go ahead and have a good one. You want to see what giving up hope looks like? Watch that movie. Excuse me. And you'll see how much giving up hope will disgust you. So, random. Yeah. It's a very emotional day. Talking with you guys, reflect on this stuff more than I usually do. Kinda. So, anyway, came back. And my motivation kept going, oh, I painted my office and did the crown molding with the lights. That's how I'm doing the whole house. And if I do this, let's see here. Hold still. If I do that, like I can make it pink or green, and you can dim it down too. It's a little bit bright. But I enjoy that lighting a lot. It's a lot of fun too. My projects, it's funny because I'm circling back to so many different things. Just like the dancing. I had so many projects that Mom wanted me to do, and I don't mean to laugh. I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable. Like yard work or whatever it was, fixing things. And I didn't do them. And I would like hire, I don't know, anyway. I just remember this feeling like there's stuff that needs to be done. And I don't want to do it because she's going to see how freaking incompetent I am and she's going to leave me. I told you guys, like I was just always under this, she's going to leave me mentality. Because I didn't want to look stupid. Well, who looks stupid now? Me, by the way, I'm referring to me. So anyway, redid the office. I'm loving my projects now between painting and lighting and flower beds and whatever. You know, it's good stuff. Plants. You got to hear this story. You got to hear this story. Okay, so you know my two little plants. That's Amy. That's Grace. Amy, you're getting gigantic. But Grace got a fungus. I'm sorry, Monkey. I'm sorry. Sorry. But yeah, the plant got a fungus and almost died. Was on the verge of death. It was a big cactus. Huge. Beautiful. And then it started withering away. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I told you the story. And all of a sudden it's down to one little, well, three. But two of them were dead. But the two that were still dead, basically, were still green. So that means they are still absorbing light and giving the plant energy. The plant is still being loved. There was one little, I don't know what you even call that, on an aloe plant arm that is alive. And I cut off all the other ones and researched what to do and replanted the other two next to it so it could try and blossom. I was doing this whole thing. And I went to San Diego. I came back home for all of 2 days, and then I went to work. My first day at work, because I came back and looked at the plant. The plant was like in rough shape. And it was heart-wrenching for me. I don't want to lose the plant. I already lost the 2 damn birds, which still, that's one I still can't talk about. Eventually, maybe someday. Again, I can't talk about it, so I'm not healed. Do you see how that works? I can't talk about the birds because of how scarring that was. I probably should talk about it, but I can't right now. Anyway, I go to work. I leave on a Monday, And that night, I got a notification on my phone that I've got the Nest app, which controls the temperature in the house. The Nest app, or the thermostat, or whatever the hell it was, failed. It was hot. And I'm like, oh no, I can't. I had no ability. Usually I can control the temperature of the house on my phone. And from Monday all that week until I got home, and then I ended up getting home, the following Wednesday. So I was gone for a long time. I didn't know what was going on in the house. Well, I got back home Wednesday night. I walk in the door, and it's a damn sauna in here because it had been hot. It was like 85 degrees. And I was like, oh no, like this is not good. I'd been worrying the whole week about Grace the plant. I'm like, well, this is it. You know, I don't know what's going to happen, but it can't be good, right? I came back, and for the first time in probably a year, maybe, a second little leaf arm had sprouted. Why? Because I was keeping it too cold in this house. I had it set to 72 degrees, which is not terribly cold. But where do aloe plants live? In the heat. It was just like that scene in E.T. where they throw E.T. in the freezer and he comes back to life. Same thing, but reversed. The house turned into a sauna. And Grace, you got reblossomed. There's a second little leaf right now, blooming and blossoming, and now I know when I'm away, let it be hot. But I'd been worrying all that time. And if you ask me, my opinion, could it be a coincidence? Yeah, that could be an absolute coincidence. Or divine intervention, the positive energy, said, hey, dummy, I'm going to kill your thermostat for you so Grace can come back to life here. And that's what happened. We screw things up by overthinking them. Yeah. And then, as it turned out, I have no idea why, but that same night I got home, I was browsing YouTube as usual, and something popped up on my feed, and I was like, you gotta be shitting me. I hadn't seen this in years. Let's see here. There's the ads. Talk about putting me in a good mood.
I'm so happy because I'm a gummy bear, gummy bear.
I guess there's only one way out of this. Goodness, I taste delicious. That wasn't bad at all.
Gummy bear, the candy is delicious. You'll chew off your own leg.
Ow, I just hit my hand really hard. That hurt. So yeah, I saw the gummy bear. I'm so happy because I'm a gummy bear. Gummy bear. Oh, man. So, that is that. Wild past couple of weeks between Alicia and some other people that I haven't even told you about. And then the high school thing. And then I love it when people just go, hey, come here, give me a hug, kind of thing. in order for you to have a resentment, you have to, number one, remember the past, and then number two, blame somebody else for your past. Friedrich Nietzsche.
What's the opposite of gratitude? It's resentment. And you know what the great line, Nietzsche had the great line on resentment. He said, if you think someone's ruined your life, you're right. It's you. Like, that's a mic drop, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's such a great line. And you know, gratitude is the cure for that.
It is.
There's a great definition of entitlement, which is
Be grateful for whatever it is. Be grateful. Gratitude. Maybe, and that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling overwhelming gratitude towards God, towards these people who have let the past be the past, not try to twist it, not try to use it as a weapon, not try, just, that happened. Make sense? Gratitude. Maybe that's it. A new intro in gratitude. Just came up with the title. There you go. See how that works? All right. I'm going to get on out of here because I'm grateful that I have a backyard that's a mess. I've been gone for a long time. The lawn's out of control. There are weeds everywhere. It's there's trash back there. It's a mess. And I'm grateful that I have a backyard that I get to go clean. All right, you guys. You go out. Find something to be grateful for. And that will make it so that you can love one another. It's right there in front of you. Love you guys. I will check in with you in 2 weeks. I leave for work early again, so I leave tomorrow. All right. Love one another. I love you. I'm just so grateful.